Hey, hi. Welcome back to Jay and Shim Sham. It's so nice to see you today. It's wonderful to be here on this chilly, cold Monday, Tuesday, whatever day. So I was talking with my therapist this morning. Like I do every Monday, don't you know? Oh, God. And the big overarching topic for myself today was all about finding my own power, my own autonomy, my own spirit, being unapologetically and unequivocally and just completely myself. And that feeling of power in knowing that I know who I am, my identity is settled, and I don't have to question that, which is an absolutely terrifying thought at its core. But one of the things that I learned about myself over this past year is that my fears and my lack of confidence in myself and all of the ways in which I feel less than come from outside. They come from the ways in which other people have interacted with me, in ways that people have made me feel less than myself. And like who I truly am is wrong, and who I truly am is not the way that somebody should be. Like my existence is completely irrelevant and also completely wrong. And I say that that opinion is completely irrelevant and wrong. Aha! I mean, think about it. There are 7 billion people on this planet, and counting. How is it possible that so many of us are supposed to be the same as everybody else? Really, explain that one to me. And it's finally come to my attention that being myself is an act of defiance and an act of activism and an act of solidarity with myself and with other people in ways that I was never able to see before. And that action has been such a huge part of my spiritual well-being and my ability to see myself in a positive light and to frankly be there for others in ways that I couldn't be. Being myself is making me a better educator. It's making me a better partner. And in a lot of ways, it's making me a much better person. And being true to yourself and being true to who you feel you are as a person can be so liberating while also being completely terrifying. I love dichotomy. Honestly, the duality of being yourself and being terrified to be yourself are two things that do really interlock with each other in ways that start very early on, thinking back to all the way back to middle school and wanting to enjoy the things that you enjoy, but being embarrassed about enjoying them because no one else enjoys them. Even though there's a good chance that a lot of them secretly did still enjoy that, but it wasn't cool anymore. And moving on through high school and early college, where it's a lot of trying to find your people, trying to find your group, the ones who see you for who you are, your chosen family, those who will come along on that journey with you, regardless of the ways in which you might not fit into a certain mold, or you might not be the type of person that they expected you to be, or who they always knew you to be. Those are the people you really need to focus your time and attention on. As a genderqueer, non-binary individual, I am really realizing, slowly, painfully slowly sometimes, but I am realizing it, that my existence is not only valid, but my existence is important. My existence is something to be celebrated, and my identity is something that makes me who I am and brings a unique perspective to a world that otherwise can feel very washed out, very beige, very much the same all the time. And this emotional and spiritual wellness is one of the ways in which I am not only learning to love myself, but I am learning how to take care of myself in a different way, how to see that. Let me try that again. I'm learning ways in which I can see myself as a beautiful, wonderful being that is still flawed, that still has things about themselves that they're working on, and that they want to be different while also loving the process and who I already am. And I can want to change certain things about my health, maybe eat a little differently, maybe be a little more mindful about the foods I put into my body without the extra added pain and pressure of needing to count calories and talk about how much fat or how much sugar is in something, because those things are important and we should think about them a little more than we do. Maybe that can be a little bit up for debate too. There's just so much more to health and wellness than just the foods we put into our body. And I'll be honest, I've been a foodie my whole life. I love sinking into a dish that is just decadent and delicious, and since realizing that I can no longer have dairy or eggs because of allergies, I have really immersed myself in ways to make non-dairy foods really decadent and really creamy. Yesterday we made non-dairy and meat-free sushi that was completely amazing and delicious and had all of the elements I was looking for from delicious sushi while not hurting my body, because those things do physically hurt my body. And sometimes it can be very unpleasant for people around me. So what's my point? I gotta get to a point. I gotta find a point here. Where are we going? The point I'm trying to make here is that I need my journey, and I'm thinking that many of us need more to our journeys than simply just the physical well-being of our bodies. Because the physical is the base. That's where we start. But really, once we move past that, we now have all these other layers to the human experience, many of which are emotional, spiritual, mental, that really go far beyond the mundane of just the physical. And I'm now realizing that I spend so much time worrying about the physical, partially through necessity, through being maybe a little less than financially stable for a very long time, which, you know, hey, the joys of living in a capitalist society, am I right? To moving into being a little bit more stable and being able to focus a little bit, because it's not always a joyride, but being able to focus more internally and emotionally and how I identify, how I see myself, and how all those things are wrapped up in my health and wellness. That's where it's really important. It took me a very long time to come to terms with the fact that eating is not a good or a bad thing. It's something that we need. It is a need. It is a physical need. So, does anyone out there feel similarly or differently? Mama Shim Sham, weigh in. Give us a little something. Being emotionally and spiritually well and understanding who you are is a big part of being able to make healthy, informed decisions about your body, because you understand yourself and your body and what it is that you need to feel well and to feel whole and to feel good. And we only get so much life to live, and if we spend all of it worrying about the physical, we never spend any time thinking or enjoying what can go beyond that. So, just something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I'm curious if anybody else has any thoughts on. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. Mama Shim Sham can't wait to hear from you for your video later this week. And remember to comment down below, share us around, like us, tell me that you don't agree with me, tell me you do agree with me. Let's engage. Let's start a conversation. Can't wait to hear from you. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you soon. Bye!